Hey guys, hope you had a great weekend. Yes, we did end up getting a car. A lot of you messaged me. I love it. It's totally cool. We got a Genesis, and I love it. You know, it's the first book of the Bible. I named her Eve. That's the car's name. That's what I named her. I had a lot of signs about getting her. So really excited. She's sitting out in the driveway. Okay, so anyhow, back to my story. All right, so one thing I can't believe I forgot to mention. Going back to Jersey when we lived there, when I was really, really little, my mom and dad got me a cat, and he was a big male gray cat. I mean, he was a kitten when I got him, but big gray cat. His name was Boots and Cahoots. Anyhow, through the divorce and through everything that I was going through, this cat was my lifeline. This cat was, you get it, right? He was my lifeline. I mean, I held on to him. He loved me. He was a constant. He was always there. As for people who, anyway, my whole family was there. I had my mom's parents. They were living up in Pennsylvania. Everybody was around, but we were a little separated from everyone. So I had my cat down there. Anyhow, so when my stepmother moved into the house, she no longer wanted the cat in the house. And so then for quite a bit, I remember, I mean, I don't know how long I did it, but I remember sleeping out in the garage with the cat because she wouldn't let Boots into the house. I'm assuming that ended eventually. Maybe I won that battle. I don't really remember, but she didn't like my cat, and, she wasn't very nice about it. So anyhow, it continued in my bedroom for years and years and years. I grew accustomed to the people coming out of the closet. They never said anything. They really didn't bother me. They just stared at me. And I know that sounds so creepy, but like, all right. Throughout this whole entire life of mine, I was a huge sleep talker, a huge sleepwalker. I'd walk through the house. I mean, hell, I'd walk all over the place. I don't remember, but I was told that I went downstairs and sat and talked to people when I was a kid, and went back to bed, and I never even knew that I was awake. So it's crazy. So I lived in this, in my bedroom, and I didn't live in my bedroom, but in the evening, at nighttime when I went to bed, then like I said earlier, I started asking questions. I started trying to figure things out, like who these people were and what the hell was going on in my room and what was happening. And that was when I really started to see Jesus again. And how he would answer some of my questions scared me. Because he was just like so blunt and to the point. And it made perfect sense, but it didn't make sense with the religion that I was learning here. And because of that, it scared the living crap out of me. Yes, everything is the same with with what we look. Everything's the same, right? That's what he said to me. Yes, he was here. Yes, he's going, I can't even explain this anymore. But yes, religion, he was fine that I learned the religion that I learned, but then he was trying to teach me other things, and I wasn't fine with the other things he was trying to teach me. So things like, okay, so I was totally fine with everything. And then one day, this is what was said to me. I was like, okay, so all these people in my room, so they're people that were alive. They're spirits of people, they're dead people, they're ghosts, which completely creeped me out. Ghosts. To me, they were just ghosts. And then I started getting their stories, and I felt like I was being told their stories. And I realized that some of those stories were people that maybe weren't heaven approved. Does that make sense? Somebody that I would think would never be in heaven, but there they were in my bedroom standing with Christ. And I was so confused. And I started questioning things like, well, why wouldn't that person be in the other place? Why wouldn't they go down? Why would they go up? And he would tell me that he loves each and every one of us, no matter what we've ever done. And that none of us go to hell. Well, that's not right. Well, then you're no good. And I thought, you're trying to make me believe that nobody goes to hell? You're bad, man. And I shut. And I just shut. And, they never, when I tell you I slammed the shutters shut when I heard that, I'm like, nope. That could only be evil, because we have to do, we have to behave a certain way. We have to be a certain way, or else we won't get to heaven. And that was what I was always taught. And I sat there in my bed and I thought, oh my gosh, all of this stuff is now evil. And it never went away. It never went away. But I got really, really, really great at fucking ignoring it. If you go through my journey in my life and you talk to my friends, which I would have never known, they'll tell me, it doesn't surprise me that you ended up this way. Doesn't surprise me that this is you, But as a kid, I would have never thought that I was showing any signs, because I never talked about it. Now, my siblings, of course, they made fun of me. They made fun of me over it. I used to offer my brother and my stepsister, I don't know, $0.25 or something to go upstairs with me. And, just if I had to get something from my bedroom, because I would sit downstairs all day and I would not go upstairs to get anything from my room by myself. And sometimes they would be nice and go up there with me, but usually they gave me a really hard time. So I would just not go upstairs in my room all day long, because it scared me so bad up there. I spent a lot of time outside. Of course, playing with my friends. But I spent a lot of time over in my magnolia tree in my front yard, just sitting there talking to all of the people that would, still had all these voices in my head. So, of course, I think I'm insane. So, I could really fast forward here. So I'm going to fast forward to, honestly, when we were ready to move out of this house. It never ended. There was shit in that house. It was wacky. So my dad ended up, taking a job up here in Delaware. So we moved to Delaware, left my mom and her husband back in Texas. And me, my dad, my stepmother, me, my brother, and my stepsister all packed up and moved to Delaware. So anyway, about 3 weeks before we moved, I don't know, maybe even a month, 2 months, I have no idea. Before we moved, my dad came up to Wilmington and rented an apartment, and, until enough time so he could, buy a house and pick things out and yada, yada, whatever. And we were staying down in Texas, and it was time. Well, yeah, we were staying down in Texas, and it was time for us to come up, and I couldn't find the cat. And I'm like, I haven't seen Boots in a long time. Where's the cat? Where's the cat? And my stepmother said to me, oh, your father took Boots with him. Your father took Boots. And I said, oh, all right. I didn't believe her. So anyway, we're packing everything up at the house, boxes everywhere. We're getting ready to leave. It's the last night.